Radio Monaco, classe royale.
Et nous y voici, Franck, Albert II et Nico, l'invincible.
The motor spirit is here in Monaco, and it's time for the Monaco Grand Prix. The wealth, the glamour make Monaco the star of the Formula One schedule. And it doesn't hurt to have the Cannes Film Festival down the road a bit. The festival ends on Saturday, so you'll see Hollywood stars and celebrities on the pre-grid Sunday. Many of them will be watching from the magnificent yachts in the harbor. Some of them are like floating palaces. And here is mine.
Monaco's glamour wasn't always the case. As Somerset Maugham, who lived nearby, famously said, "It's a sunny place for shady people." And that goes way back. In 1297, Francois Grimaldi, a bit of a pirate and buccaneer, masqueraded as a monk and snuck into the palace fortress and along with his men conquered it. The Grimaldis are still here. Monte Carlo has had its ups and downs. In the late 1800s, it was broke and opened the casino, attracting English and Russians looking for warm weather. That's when the name was changed to Monte Carlo. Before it was Les Spoligues, den of thieves. In the 1950s, Greek shipping tycoon Aristotle Onassis bought into it to keep it afloat. The late Prince Rainier's car collection is in an eclectic mix from carriages to Formula One. The Monte Carlo Rally started in 1911, preceding the Grand Prix, which started in 1924, and current F1 cars are full of aero gizmos as compared to not so long ago. And driving an F1 car these days takes a lot of switch flipping versus wheel wrestling, as seen in this Alfa. In Alfred Hitchcock's movie To Catch a Thief, Grace Kelly drove this Sunbeam Alpine with Cary Grant. It's a bit frumpy. This was a factory color for the SL. And this Ferrari would be perfect for cruising Casino Square, but the star car for me is this 1947 Delahaye. How sporty is this? Ayrton Senna was the Monaco master, winning it a record 6 times. It was after World War II that Monaco really became what it is today. And with more tourist cruise ships coming, space for boutiques and all are at a premium. And there is talk of a Monaco businessman who wants to develop and take over the area that's now used for the F1 TV compound. And as it has been said, no TV, no Grand Prix.
Well, who's going to win Sunday's race? Really? Wow. That's cool. For $3,900, you can get a Sunday ticket to the rooftop terraces here. Fabulous view. I'm sure fabulous food. The first right-hander at Saint-Deveau, 4th century martyr, patron saint of Monaco. And they'll go up the hill. This is the left-hander Massenet, named after the French opera composer Jules Massenet, late 19th century, early 20th century. The Opera House was nearby here, so that was one reason why they named it. Plus, although his operas were a little sugary, he had a special affinity for the Mediterranean. I'll come up and go into Casino Square.
You don't need a fancy car to be parked in Casino Square, although it helps to be a local.
Of course, this is famous Casino Square. It's remarkable how really narrow this is. Come around and go to the right down Avenue d'Espeligue. Well, somewhere off to the left here, there used to be a bump that drivers would want to avoid because it would throw the car off. It is Francois Berlanc who helped make Monte Carlo what it is in the late 1860s. He died in 1877 and his wife took over, brought in world-famous performers and firmly fixed Monte Carlo on the world's social calendar. The term Mirabeau refers to the Hotel Mirabeau that was here. It's now an apartment house at the end of Avenue d'Espeligue. It bookends the hairpin.
And this is the lower part of Mirabeau that leads into what was once an old neighborhood of seamen porters, or portier.
And then out of Portier, of course, into the famous tunnel.
Once there was a race of drenching rain, so they watered down the tunnel to keep the track surface consistent.
And this is the first chicane exiting the tunnel off to Tabac. Just another illustration of how tight it can be. Teams come to Monaco with a Monaco spec. They've made changes to the steering box and front suspension to be able to handle it. Well, this is the swimming pool of the swimming pool complex. It was built in 1973. It's an Olympic-size heated saltwater pool open to the public. Costs €5, but it will be closed for race weekend.
Really nice when you go up that hill there.
Now, among all those cars and trucks is the first turn to the swimming pool complex. It's named after Louis Chiron. He was born in Monaco and won the race in 1931. Apparently he was quite the ladies' man. Even after his racing career, he stayed involved with the race. He died in 1979 at the age of 79. And this is La Rascasse, once an old fisherman's bar, but now a hip restaurant club. Rascasse is a spiky, ugly fish native to the Mediterranean.
The cars come around La Rascasse, off there to the right. Pit Lane is under the Jag Heuer sign, and the trees are where the old gasworks hairpin was.
Well, look who's here. Juan Manuel Fangio. Signor Fangio, who is going to win Sunday's Grand Prix? Really? Wow. What a surprise. And the final corner, down to start finish. Monaco has made and makes it their business to attract the world's rich and famous. And Monaco gives Formula One its glamour. You can have these new courses with their concerts and show business, but it's hard to beat the atmosphere of the Monaco Grand Prix. My boat's down there somewhere. Oh, there it is.